Wizard with a gun is what happens when a cowboy learns how to cast fireball and engrave runes onto bullets. Something happened here and I was not involved with it. Not this time. The game is an action-adventure roguelike title that was made by Galvanic Games and published by Devolver Digital, unsurprisingly. It features a simple but interesting story. The world has ended, and you, a wizard with a gun, are the only one capable of going back in time again and again to stop chaos from happening. No pressure though. The game loop has you go in, get gears to go further back in time, get materials to upgrade, and get out. Simple routine that's fresh enough if you know what you're doing to progress. With the materials, you can upgrade and become stronger through a multitude of benches, whether it be freezing, flaming, poison, or electricity for non-gimmick or assist bullets. Adding gimmick and prep bullets to your setup is also extremely helpful. For example, one I use quite a bit was when used with other unique bullets and effects, you can make either the dumbest or the deadliest gun possible, turning the enemies into a fine powder. The enemies range anywhere from a silly little robot to an extremely angry blob of chaos. The enemies feel varied enough for each zone, with their style and attacks matching the theme. Poison frogs do poison, robots just hurt, and the chaos gives you hearing problems. I will say, the explosions are a little bit loud, even with master volume down. Further in with the enemies are the bosses, which range from angrier versions of enemies to decisive Canadian victory. Oh, right, I have no healing. That's a problem. The boss patterns feel interesting enough that you can probably learn to no-hit them. Each boss feels unique enough to be a challenge, and beating them feels like a reward. Well, most of them, anyway. Being a newer title, they have a roadmap and it definitely does not feel complete yet. The final boss feels just like another enemy, sadly, and the fight doesn't exactly feel like a challenge, more an annoyance than anything. I think the fight would be better, like other main bosses, with a proper arena. The mass terrain destruction doesn't feel all that fun. More a nuisance than anything, especially to the ears, and its willingness to send itself off into the abyss is something that's not exactly great or fun to deal with. The gameplay loop is fine, but being a more story-based game, it lacks a lot of replayability. Having to lose all your gathered materials on death instead of some is a heavy punishment for a slight slip-up, sometimes out of your control. Materials that, once you're done with them, have no use other than being turned into a decoration or getting turned into arcana. New elemental type guns or even material enhancing or fusions could solve this issue. Sadly, the guns don't feel all that unique themselves. More just gun but more bullet. There's not that many types, and after you've done everything, even achievement hunting doesn't feel all that interesting. I genuinely want to see this game improve. I want to see the devs do good with it. I just hope that they don't get pressured or rushed to release half-baked updates. Once Wizard with a Gun gets more content, I want to have another look at it. But for now, I have to say, although it's fun, I can't see myself going through more than one run. Not alone, at least. And the ending felt bland. Again, I hope it does better, and I will be open-minded in the future. But for now, that's all from me. Have a good time. Goodbye.